Well, this video is on stuff I pick up at estate sales, and a lot of people may not be interested in that or into the cars and stuff. And I totally understand if it bores you. You know, you just can not watch it. Doesn't faze me. But there are people that enjoy it, and I have some family members that enjoy seeing what I get from the estate sales. So that's why I put it up. And I am, you know, I like the old vintage Christmas lights, any of the old vintage stuff. I like the packaging as well, yeah, old vintage packaging and stuff. So this video is just going to be on a couple of tools I picked up and on some other stuff I picked up in estate sales. Alright, I did some more estate sailing today. I picked up a double open-end Craftsman. It's 1 1/8 and 1 1/16. I have a set that goes up to 1 inch, but there's been times where I've wanted the 1 1/8 and didn't have it. A little pitted, rust pitted, but it's a Craftsman, so I can either exchange it, but I'll probably just give it a quick bead blast because there's nothing wrong with the wrench. It's just cosmetic, so I'll just bead blast just that little bit and then wipe it with WD-40 and it should be fine. And I got these wire strippers, and if you've never used a pair of these type of wire strippers, they're totally worth having. You just put it has little gauges written for your wires. Say, I got a piece of wire here, you put your gauge to where you want it. Look at that. I love these kind of things. I have a pair, and I wanted a pair up north, the cottage, so that's where that's going to go. So for a couple bucks, you know, these things are about $30, $40. I don't know what this wrench would cost, but they have free replacement if you break them, but a little cosmetic, no big deal. Also got a bunch of old C-7 Christmas lights, some Sylvania Fluorescent lights too, Christmas lights. But I'm going to give this a quick bead blast and we'll see how it looks when I'm done. Well, that was a quick bead blast. I think it cleaned up pretty good. Good enough for the toolbox. As you can see, the part that counts is all good. So yeah, so it's a good way to get wrenches. And with Craftsman and stuff like that, you know, if they're really beat up or whatever, I just take them and exchange them for new. I've never had a problem, but that wrench is fine. Great pair of pliers. All right, let's move on to the fluorescent lights and the other things I got. This is a huge box of lights. These were just bulbs. These are the Sylvania fluorescent lights. So let me just set the box aside here and we'll just pull things out of the box as we go. Those are I'm going to turn the light off when I plug them in. This was a bag with some extra bulbs in it. So wiring looks okay here. Let's turn this light off and plug them in and see if they illuminate. How do you like that? The fluorescent bulbs run really cool. They last a really long time and they use hardly any current, and I just like the looks of them. So they need a little cleaning up, but on eBay or other places these are running usually about $5 a bulb. I paid $2 for the whole box of everything here, so did pretty good. I think just alone on these fluorescents I did pretty good. So let's move on and see what else we got in this box. Alright, I only have so much room here, so I got to move things around, but you can see this has been cobbled up, so we're not going to use these at all. I'm going to take a little screwdriver, and sometimes you get these lights that these little clips are broken off or missing, so I just pop them off and save them. And then if you need them for future light sets, if you have a set that they break, you got them. So I'll save all those, throw that wiring away. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This light set, all the wiring, everything looks pretty good. Plug, little tag, it says Reliance #1 on the tag. I don't know if that's visible in the camera. I can't see the screen. Nothing on the back side, but some people like to read the tags. This has, I don't know, maybe 15 or so bulbs. Make sure they're all tight in the sockets. And we'll see if they illuminate. How do you like that? Every one of them lights up. That's a blinker. I can see the little arm in it. That's a blinker. So the two translucent ones are both blinkers. So that's a good set of lights. The wiring and everything is good. So that's why I saved these little clips off the light set. So if you have one that tab's broken or this is totally missing and you want to clip it to a tree, you can. I just put them in a little baggie, and I always, for some reason, save those tags too, like that's on the wiring. So anyway, let's move on. All right, here's another one. This one has had the plug end replaced, so I might just take that off and save it, take the little clips off and throw them away. I don't save any of these strings usually that have been compromised, even if it's just a plug that's been changed on them. So let's just plug these ones in and see what these ones do here. This one's missing a couple bulbs, but we got bulbs in this bag over here, so we'll see what we can do here. Okay. I guess that's why I should go around and tighten them all up. This string's missing 3 bulbs, so there's bulbs in that bag. That one lights up. You like that? Those spares. This looks like a blinker here. It says D23 on it. You can't really. It's hard to see in the bulb. I don't think it. Maybe it isn't a blinker. I can't really see a arm in there. That one's a blinker. That one says D33. They're both D33. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Maybe, I think that bulb was just loose. So we got another good set of C7s there. Next light set, and this one, the wiring and everything looks good on it. So let's zap them in and see what they do. Loose bulb. There's a bulb missing. We got more bulbs here, so I'll just screw one in and see if it illuminates. Whoops, no, I think that bulb's bad or the socket's bad because it just made a sparking sound. Bad bulb, so one of those bulbs just kind of sparked out. Well, it looks like we have some blinkers here too. This is the neck string. You can see it's had somebody monkeyed with the plug. It looks like it would still be good though. Just put that together properly. I think the string looks pretty decent. And they illuminate. And I think some of the bulbs are loose here. Oops, that one doesn't light, that one doesn't light. Well, we got some bad bulbs here. That noise you hear outside is the snow, big snow, chunks of snowy ice falling off the tree and hitting the garage roof. So we got some bad bulbs here. Well, that was it for the incandescent, but we got some. This fluorescent has a loose base. I'll have to glue that. I'm not going to leave these in here. That one's kind of dim. That one's kind of dim. That one was a green that was dim. This is a blue that's kind of dim. That one's a blue and that one's really dim. So they're probably bad, but I'll turn the light on. You can see it says right on there what it is. Made in USA, Sylvania Fluorescent. So I got one good string of those, but I think those bulbs are bad. Look at this cobbled up mess. Yeah, this is a shame with that neat old, it's like cloth wiring. The sockets are like brand new, but Yeah, it's just a cobbled up mess. This is a parallel C-7 light set, but I'm not even going to attempt to plug it in. That switch is pretty cool. I might take that switch off, save the switch. See, it's pretty neat, but the rest is going in the garbage here. This next set doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. It looks brand new, but has a plug stuck on the end here. Yeah, that's probably melted in there. That's probably why that's like that. So we may just end up throwing this away too. Take a look at it real quick and see. Actually, no, it's not. It was caught on some pins in there. So this is actually a decent little end plug that I can reuse. It has little to where you can screw your wires on right there. So I'll throw this in my parts drawer. You never know when you need a cord in. We'll getting that back together in a minute here. This is a pretty dandy little switcher, as you can see. You just take this screw and this screw loose. Then you can take these wires out. And then you got a good switch. So I'll just save this switch in case if I need a switch. Actually, a nice inline switch here. Rather nice. Whoops, wrong way around. It says on that. It says off on that one right there. So pretty decent. Well, we're to the bottom of the box, and this is going to go straight in the garbage. And we got a bunch of little reflector things that are pretty cool. And some more bulbs that I'll check in a little bit. And there's some paper in here. That's it. That's the extent of what was in the box. So I got, what, 1, 2, let's see here. There's 3, 4 working sets of C7s and those Sylvanias. That's what I wanted out of the box right there. The whole box of lights and the Sylvania fluorescents were what I wanted, but all the other ones came with it for so a couple dollars. You know, I got a lot of, I use these C7s on my Christmas tree. I use these, so you know, I got probably 10 years supply of bulbs right here right now. I'll have more bulbs than I ever need, and I got saved these clips off the bad sets. Got a cool switch, little plug-in thing, a bunch of reflectors and those tools. So I think that was all right for an estate sale today. Now there was a VW bus at the one. It was a bug and a bus, and in the garage there was 8 engines that were assembled. There was a couple engines that were disassembled. I mean, so if you're a VW, air-cooled VW guy, this guy had, like I say, at least, I counted 8 engines. The garage was just a jam-packed mess full of parts. It was hard to move in the garage, and some of them were buried under stuff, but I counted 8 engines, and assembled engines, and 2 disassembled engines, and some cylinder heads and other odds and ends, and there was a bus in the VW bus in the driveway and a VW bug in the driveway that were in need of restoration and repairs, but great for parts. So kind of what they look like in the reflectors. The reflectors need to be shiny, so I'll either bead blast them and paint them white or silver, or maybe like my snowflakes with different colors and glitter paint or something, but they're kind of neat. But they definitely need refinishing. So yeah, we did all right on the estate sale stuff. And for anybody that's interested in this kind of stuff, this is the box that the lights came in, a bowling ball box. I don't know, sometimes I think this old packaging is just really cool. This is from New Jersey. So yeah, and then another thing too, that those fluorescent lights are in this. This I think would be something you could hang on your front door. So obviously, you know, what came in this isn't in it, but that was the packaging. Those fluorescent lights were in that box. And I like the old packaging. Sometimes the old packaging's cooler than what's in it. One other note, there's a bunch of these D23 satin glow bulbs. So this one's just got dirt on it. That's not a burn mark or anything, it's just dirt. But so D23, they're satin glow. There's a bunch of them in the other sets too. So, you know, they'll sell a fair amount of money too. So yeah, I got some cool bulbs for the Christmas tree. I don't like paying those eBay prices. I think they overcharge on eBay for a lot of this stuff. A lot of people do. But I like it, so I just buy the stuff in estate sales and use it. So that's just the way it is. You know, I just can't justify what people charge on eBay. I'm not going to pay $5 for a fluorescent bulb when I can get a whole string, plus all these other ones for a couple of dollars. One last note, the bulb with the loose base, I glued the base back on, works perfect. It's an orchid. Also, this tag, this isn't probably, this would have been Sylvania light set, but it says Xmas. It's really hard to read that writing under the tag there, but then it says lighting outfit 120 volt, catalog number 972 for indoor use only. Gem Electric Manufacturing Company. I don't know if that will show up or not, but yeah, the tags are pretty cool, and they're UL. So anyway, if you enjoy my videos, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching my videos again.